Alright, here's a little travel video for you. Another problem with Delta Airlines. That's why we stopped using them and we decided to give them a try again. Big mistake. Uh, we've had nothing but trouble with Delta Airlines going back into the early 2000s. Every time we travel on them, there's some kind of issue. So we had a flight from JFK in New York to Barcelona, Spain. Supposed to go off here at they're supposed to leave at 8:41 p.m. on the 2nd of February 2020, but it is now after 1 o'clock in the morning on February the 3rd 2020, and still no word. They just keep putting it off a little bit more. So our original airline had some kind of mechanical issue, and we got a notice of that the flight was going to be delayed. To check with the booking agent about getting a different flight. So I went and checked with the booking agent at the Delta counter about getting a different flight to Barcelona, and she told me that they had another plane coming up from Atlanta, Georgia, that was going to uh, be up here a couple hours after our original takeoff time, and that we would, be leaving a couple hours after our original takeoff time. So we'd just have a couple hour delay getting into Spain. Um, so she said that there wasn't any better flights going to Spain than that, so that our best option was just to wait. So since that's the advice she gave, that's the advice I took. That maybe was the first mistake, because I think there was some flights that would have got us there by around 5:15 p.m. today on the 3rd, but too late now because those flights are long gone. So all these people, you can see all these people. We're waiting, waiting on something. So they had some kind of mechanical issue with either a light for the fuel pump or the fuel pump, one of the fuel pumps itself, on the aircraft, on the second aircraft that came up from Georgia. So my guess is after they kept us here for over 4 hours with us ongoing, just another half hour, and we'll be boarding. Now going on probably 1:30, 1:15, 1:30 in the morning. Um, we're probably going to get told that the flight's being canceled, and then we're going to have to try to find some place to stay this time of the morning. And I'm sure that I have to just wait for another flight going out about the same time tomorrow to Barcelona, if they can even get us on it, because it's probably booked. So no telling if we can even get to Barcelona or not. So just a really disappointment from Delta as usual. I hope this will more than likely be the last time we ever fly Delta again. I don't recommend Delta Airlines to anybody. They're really going to have to come through with some type of compensation or something. I'm going to write a complaint to them if they don't come with some kind of compensation for this mess. They just won't get my business, and I'll be definitely putting out to stay away from Delta Airlines, because this is just problems. It's always problems with them as far as we've had. Maybe other people have had better luck with them, but not one of the airlines will be flying again. So I don't know what else to tell you about it. It's just a sad situation for a lot of people that were supposed to be getting on this flight. I mean, I do like that they're making sure that we don't fly in a dangerous aircraft, but they should have some kind of contingency plans better than what's going on here.
And ladies and gentlemen, I would apologize. I do have some bad news. The aircraft was fixed. However, the pilots on this flight timed out.
Of course. Of course.
Viewing time has been exhausted, and at this time, the OTC are looking for different pilots to operate the plane, and you were unsuccessful. So at this time, the aircraft will be ready for departure tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Do you hear that? So, of course, here's what they're doing.
Exploring the hotel accommodations for the non-local. If you are a local here in New York, we'll provide you with a craft voucher so you can go home and come back tomorrow. You'll be using the same boarding pass with your same seats and aircraft. Airlines will stay on board the aircraft. And the hotels will all work with on to get more hotels available for you guys who want to come here. Give us just a moment so we'll get that information ready. And again, I will apologize for this whole mess. We have different announcements planned.
All right. So, of course, they probably knew they weren't going to have a flight because they said, oh, the pilots are timed out now. The aircraft's going to be fixed, but now the pilots are timed out. But they probably knew the pilots were going to be timed out if they got the aircraft fixed, so they should have got some pilots up there that wouldn't be timed out. So they had no intention probably of getting us on this flight. They're just putting it off for some reason. Now they tell us that they're going to get us out at the earliest at 5 tomorrow, that this same flight's going to take off tomorrow sometime around 5 or after 5. And they're going to be nice enough maybe to comp us a hotel room for the night. And maybe hopefully give us some travel money to get there and back, but that just doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. We're going to miss out on money from hotel that we paid for in Barcelona, travel vouchers that we have for getting to the hotel and to the airport in Barcelona. We're going to miss out on our flight to Germany. We were supposed to catch a connecting flight to Munich, Germany. We're going to miss. So we're going to miss out on that. And it's not through Delta, so we're just out that money. So poor job by Delta. Poor job. Very poor. Don't fly Delta Airlines. Don't fly Delta. I recommend to everybody don't fly Delta. They need to get their act together. They're a terrible airline. We've had terrible luck with them. So... in Europe they would be compensating every person back here over 600 euros for this delay. But in America, because of the laws here in America, they don't have to do that. They should, just because of this problem, be comping people back the money, giving compensation for this problem. It's not just us. There's many people here. Talking people that are supposed to meet connections to go on cruises in Europe. They're not going to be able to make those connections, probably lose all their money on those cruises. Many people trying to get home, other problems. So just awful. Just an awful situation here with Delta JFK on flight 476 from JFK to Barcelona, Spain. They could have had this problem taken care of, but and their agent could have had us on other flights, but they were just telling us to wait because they got another plane coming, and maybe that's the case. Who knows? Maybe they're making up stories, just trying to do that bad customer service. A lot of people. Now we're gonna maybe get to a hotel 3 a.m, maybe get some sleep, because you're gonna have to check out of that hotel 10, 11 o'clock. You're not gonna be able to stay there until the 5 o'clock flight, so we're gonna have to get back here to the airport and wait around all day tomorrow. Don't fly Delta Airlines. Pick a different airline.